Hi, my name's Robert. So, I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for a long time. I've been watching YouTube creators relentlessly for the last as long as YouTube has existed, since I was a wee little lad. And it's 2025, and I thought, you know what? Let's do it. So here I am. And of course, on the day that I decide to start doing this, finally, I get sick. I had the flu like 3 weeks ago, then I got a sinus infection, got over that, and then I woke up this morning with a sore throat and lots of fun cold stuff. So if I sound a little funny, that's why. I've got my tea, I've got lots of tissues, just out of frame, and I have been absolutely devouring some Luden's cough drops, and I am ready to rumble. Ooh, that's hot. So, I'm in my home studio. I like to record things. I like to record things a lot. I thought, why not just kind of document me doing that? If anything, just for me, and then if anybody enjoys watching it, cool. And if you don't enjoy watching it, cool. I'm getting ready, or kind of sort of pseudo started, working on my next EP. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of document that process. And then I was like, well, I could do that, but then also expand it to other things and just kind of my life in audio and music and recording. If anything, this is just like a way to kind of work on my video and audio skills and have something to show for it at the end of the day. So this is going to be episode 1 of a new series that I'm going to call Robert Records. It's like Robert, my name, records, because I record things, but then also you could read the same word as Robert Records, which is like a log of things. So it's like a Robert record. Got it? Maybe it's dumb, I don't know, but that's what I'm going to go with. So this is episode 1 of Robert Records, and episode 1, we're going to make the theme song. Still hot. Alright, so I've got a session pulled up here already in Pro Tools. I pulled up a drum virtual instrument that I have been using. It's the Abbey Road 70s drummer. It's just got a really nice, dry 70s sound that I like a lot. So I'm going to try and come up with some kind of song that's short, but I kind of want to make it so that I can loop it if I need to. So pretty simple chord progression, nothing crazy. Keep it simple. That's my plan. So I'm going to grab a guitar, an acoustic guitar. So I think this guitar is tuned down a half step. I like the way it sounds, and it's just a quick, easy way to make something sound a little deeper, bigger. I don't know. Maybe let's find a tempo. Kind of lock into that. Let's go 130. What's that feel like? Also, the Pro Tools default click sound is garbage, and I hate it. I prefer if you go into blocks and you go the comp block, so much more pleasant and doesn't feel like an ice pick going into your ear. I also feel like this one doesn't bleed as much in headphones. I feel like the standard Pro Tools click, I hear it in bleed all the time. If you don't have headphones that are like absolutely like suctioned to your head, that default Pro Tools click just goes right through. This one, I feel like it's a little more subtle and it doesn't like poke through as much. I don't get as much bleed. I like that tempo. That's too fast. Let's go back down to 120. I shouldn't have left it so quickly. I like that. 2, 3, 4. And then let's quantize it because I am so bad at keyboard drums. Let's delete that last little guy there. Bye. Is that too busy? That feels busy. Boo, ba, boo. I don't know if I like that little guy there. It's like a boop, blop, boop, boop, blop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's do a little hi-hat. Where's that at? 2, 3, 4. Fun. Feels a little too fast, maybe, still. really... Minor's too sad for a theme song. Oh, we're gonna watch a video now. I'm gonna like throw a capo on just to go completely somewhere else. I don't like this drum beat either. What if we just... I'm just gonna go crazy with it and just... What if we like... brought that down to 90? That's... no. Already I hit it, but we're gonna try it anyway. Maybe if I came up with like a different drum pattern, we'll save that. Like I could never recreate that again. I'm just gonna loop some kick. 3, 4. I feel like it's too happy. Writing a theme song is hard. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. I wanted, yes, I didn't know what I wanted, okay? Let's be honest. But now I do. I wanted something big sounding, but very quiet. Like I'm gonna record this like right up on the mic. And I also wanted something with a melody, and I just couldn't think of a melody, but I can feel a melody over this. Like this would be just kind of 3, 4, 1. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna scratch the drums. So the click will be that. So I'm going to get a microphone set up really quick. Microphone. I'm going to record this a little unorthodox since I don't want to move my camera because I'm lazy. We're going to bring the microphone to us. Yeah, so I'm really big on proper mic technique. That technique meaning that the microphone is like plugged in, you know? So you want to make sure your microphone's plugged in. Thanks. Proper recording technique is very important, kids. So the other part of proper mic technique is you want to turn the mic gain up. You know, so like the microphone hears better or whatever. That's what gain staging is, right? I feel like I can do a little better. Feel like that's pretty good. I'm not gonna listen to it though. I'm gonna do it one more time. And if I can't get it then I just quit music. I feel like that was it. And really, I guess it doesn't truly matter if I'm rushing against the click or not, because I'm not gonna have the click in there anyway, and I kind of want it to feel organic. So if it pushes and pulls a little bit, that's okay. So I'm just gonna roll with that, and I think the next thing that I'm gonna record is gonna be my rubber bridge guitar that I made. I think we'll leave this mic here because I would like to get the acoustic sound of it, as well as I built this cool stereo pedal board out of some of the pedals I had, where it splits out into stereo. So this is my rubber bridge guitar, my really cheap homemade rubber bridge guitar. I made this after watching a John Mayer YouTube video. John Mayer Music, you can watch his video here, link in the description too. And I basically just copied him, and I believe he copied another YouTuber as well, so super unoriginal. I basically went to Guitar Center and I bought this Gretsch Jim Dandy, and I'll be honest, it's a guitar. It's really tiny. I'm also a pretty big person, so I just look absolutely ridiculous when I'm holding it. But I basically took it home. When the guy at Guitar Center sold it to me, he's like, tried to sell me the warranty, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude, I'm taking it straight home and taking a drill to it, so I'm good. But I drilled into it. I bought this Amazon kind of acoustic pickup that goes in the sound hole. And then it originally had a cable that came out of it. I cut that off and I soldered it to these volume knob and a tone knob. And then it all comes out into this little jack that I installed down here. And I gotta say, all in for a little over 200 bucks, I think, after everything. Pretty sick. Oh, I also put flat wounds on it. So acoustically, it sounds pretty crap. Robert, the editor here, I'm realizing that this numbskull didn't actually talk about why it's called a rubber bridge guitar. It's because when I take the strings off, I took the bridge and I replaced it with a piece of rubber. I didn't really replace it. I cut a piece of rubber to kind of butt up against it. Doesn't matter. Anyway, that rubber is what makes the strings vibrate real soft like. All right, back to the video. It's like you're palm muting everything all the time, but when you plug it in, it sounds pretty rad. And I'm plugging it into, hold please, my pedal board that I made. I usually just swap pedals out. I have a few pedals, but I like to experiment. Currently what's on here, I kind of made this for the rubber bridge so I could experiment with it. I am going in this little tuner here, and then I go into this Keeley compressor. Amazing pedal. And then I'm going into this Morning Glory, and then that goes into this JHS Empress, I can't remember. It's a chorus / tremolo. I use it for the chorus because I use this for the tremolo, and it's a pitch modulator kind of thing. It's the Artificial Blonde, Madison Cunningham. It was her collaboration with JHS. Absolutely adore this pedal. It is instant vibes. It's so good. Everyone should have one. And then I'm going into this TC Electronic Hall of Fame reverb. And then all of that feeds into the Strymon Iridium. Amazing. I like all of the amp modeler stuff, but this one, I hate screens. I hate getting bogged down in a menu, and it just really depresses me. But the convenience of an amp modeler, you can't beat it. For dialing in studio sounds that sound pretty authentic to a real amp, it's really good. And I think part of that, it's their algorithms and all the stuff that's in there, but there's one knob on here, the room knob. It's just like a room reverb. It's a really good room reverb. You can dial it in, you can go full crank on it and get this kind of cool, unique sound, or you can just kind of dial it in there. I think that's what makes this thing sound so good, is it's just a really good room reverb, and it sounds like an amp in a room to me. But the cool thing about this pedal board that I didn't mention is Artificial Blonde allows you to split a mono input signal into a stereo out, which is super cool. So I'm going stereo out of the Artificial Blonde into the TC Electronic, which accepts a stereo signal and then will spit out a stereo signal as well. And then the Strymon Iridium, although it only has one input on it, it does have two outs, a left and a right. And if you have the right cable, a TS-TS2 TRS, you can go in, it'll accept the TRS in, and then you can spit it out stereo, which is super cool. So what it allows me to do is the Artificial Blonde will kind of modulate the signal between the two sides, and then I can play this rubber bridge guitar, and it sounds huge, and it's awesome. Man, I really feel like a YouTuber going through that. Okay, never do that again. Oh, and then there's power, and you don't care about that. Okay. Oh yeah, listen to that. Just an instant vibe. This does buzz really bad because it is an Amazon pickup that I use, so I might go in later and put a legit pickup in there. It also could be my soldering, I learned how to solder in high school, so yeah, so then I'll just blend that in really quietly on this mic. So you get this really nice, organic, focused. Guitar makes me want to play scales. It's kind of fun. Too cheesy, I don't like that. That's fun. All right. I'll probably bring that low one way down, but I like that. This isn't normally the mic I would use for a shaker, if I'm being honest, but let's just do it. I don't love that, but I'm gonna keep it in there for now, just because it adds some texture. While I was shaking it up, kind of gave me an idea. I have this snare drum sitting here. Snare. That might be better than the shaker, actually. I'm gonna mute the shaker real quick. I'm gonna point this microphone at the snare. So I like to use proper miking technique, and I like to point the microphone at the thing that's making noise. I think that was close enough. We're gonna roll with that. I was rushing a little bit at the beginning, but I think I'm just gonna use some Pro Tools Magic and scoot it back because I am not pretending to be a drummer, nor would I ever do that. Why do I own a snare drum? So I can record it and then chop it into little tiny pieces in Pro Tools. So, I feel like this just needs like a kick drum, right? 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 boom. Am I too lazy to record a kick drum? Why, yes, My main camera battery died, and I only have one camera battery because I am at a point where I kind of like this. I'm going to add a bass really quick. Basic Bass Pro. I think that was the take. All right, I think I'm gonna be done for today because I feel like doo-doo. So I'm gonna sleep on it and come back tomorrow. All right, we are back. 2 days later, the sickness took hold of me, and I thought I was going to die, but alas, here I am. I took some time off camera to go ahead and do a quick mix and master of this little theme song that I made. I tried to add some like piano and stuff, but then I was like, it's kind of just fine the way it is. I kind of like the simplicity of it. So that's what we went with. There's not much to it. It's pretty simple. So I guess it's time to listen at the end of the episode, as, you know, one does with a theme song. I'm going to play it over some random B-roll of something in my studio, probably my tape machine, totally unrelated. I'll go later and edit some kind of title sequence or something. I don't know. Maybe that'll be episode 2. That's exciting. So thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed making this little song with me, and I hope you'll come back and hang out with me for the next episode. But until then, if you want to like and or subscribe and or comment, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to try and get to a whopping 100 subscribers. I know, big number, but I think I can do it. That's the goal. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!